the last week of the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon, and I'm a little bit on the nervous side. I have a week to finish Ironside, I have a week to finish Fantastic Beasts, and I'm hoping to start Rune, whatever it's called, manga this week as well, so that way I can have 3 more, and I finish the challenge with 5. Let's see if it happens. So it's the end of night 22 of the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. I've gotten this much read, which is about roughly 30 pages so far. I'm still going to try to read to the end of the chapter that I'm on right now, at least for tonight. I do want to get some sleep because I do have work in the morning. I'm going to try to read during my breaks. If anything happens the way it did today, normally Mondays and Tuesdays tend to be our busiest days. Today, towards the last hour, we got a 0 call flow, so hopefully that can repeat itself tomorrow, and I can read a little bit at work like I did today. Day 23 of the readathon, and I've only read a little less than 20 pages today, so it's starting to get down to the wire. I just need to finish one more book to pass. That's what I'm striving for right now. I can't focus on getting 5 books. I just need one more book to pass, and then I can consider what I want to do after I'm finished. I want to finish this. I'm not really good at reading multiple books at the same time. It messes with my mind for some reason. I'm just not that type of booktuber. But hopefully I can get something done. Tomorrow I do have work, and then I also have practice, so I don't know how much my reading is going to be done. I'm mostly just going to have to focus on Thursday and possibly Saturday morning. We do have another game this weekend. We have an away game this weekend, if I'm going. I'm not quite sure if I'm going yet or not. Our game's at 8 o'clock at night. I have work at 7 in the morning, and it's a almost 3-hour drive home. I'm still not sure if I'm going to go yet. Hello, so it is day 25 on the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. I have 4 more days left, and I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. I only read 10 pages yesterday. I read them mostly at work, and then I had practice, and then we went out for noms, and then I came home and went straight to bed. Today is an off day, though. I have today. Today is off. I get to read whenever I can. So my goal is to read this morning before I do any chores. Do chores, edit, and post the 2/3 week of O.W.L.s Read-a-thon, and then read some more. So hopefully that happens. Hello everybody, it is day 27 of the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. It's the second to last day before it's over, and I'm gonna fail. So I did not read much Wednesday. I maybe read 2 pages. And then Thursday, I went over to one of my former teammates' house while Josh was fixing her truck, so I did nothing there. And then we went out to eat, and then came home, and then as I was editing my week 2 and 3 vlog, I started feeling nauseous, and then I started throwing up, and I think I got food poisoning, and that led into yesterday as well. I'm still feeling a little bit on the not so great side. I still feel a little wobbly whenever I'm standing up. That's why I'm holding myself up. So I didn't read any at all yesterday either. So my goal is to kind of change pace. I'm going to start with Rune, whatever it's called, the manga that I'm reading. I'm going to read that because that will be a quick read for me. So that way I can at least get 3. And then once I've done that, I can go back to Ironside and hopefully finish that up tomorrow. So hopefully I can get my ancient runes done, and then I'm hoping, praying that I will finish Ironside for my charms. So that way it will give me at least 4, so that whenever the newts come along, I'll have something to work with. So I will check up with you guys later on tonight. If not, I will see y'all tomorrow for the last day of the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. So it's the last couple of hours of the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. It's the last day. So I decided to switch it up and go with Sugar Rune to finish it up so that I can at least get 3, so at least pass this readathon. If April wasn't so busy, I probably would have done a lot better. But I'm going to get off this video so I can finish that, because I only have an hour until I have to leave for practice, and then I don't know if I'm going to have time to read or have the energy to read after practice, so fingers crossed that I finish it. I still have till midnight, thank God. So now it's time for the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon wrap-up. My main goal was to read 5 books with at least reading 3, so I passed. So here are my results. The first book that I read and completed was Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. This is the first book in the Cal Hill Witches Chronicles. My first intent with this was to be a history of magic owl, and then as I was reading through it, it came up with the prophecy in the book about the three sisters. So I decided to change teams basically and put this towards my divination owl, which is basically read a book about a prophecy. So I put that towards my divination, so that's one owl down. About a day after I completed Born Wicked, I went to the library just to browse around, walk around, and just kind of kill time because I was bored at home and wanted to be outside of the house. And then I found this little book, Flying Witch, which I don't know the author's name because I don't have it with me. I will put the author's name right here. So as you can see, the book has a cat on the cover, so I used that towards my Transfiguration owl, which could either be a book about shape-shifting or a book with the cat on the cover. So I went with the easy ride of the Transfiguration owl. It's a lot easier to find a book about with a cat on the cover than it is to find a book about shape-shifting, to be honest. But this was a cute little short manga. I read it within 45 minutes. They have the other books at the library in this series, so I'm definitely going to pick that up because it was really cute and I enjoyed it. And then the next thing that I started reading, which basically broke my spirits for the rest of the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon, was this abomination, Never Cry Werewolf by Heather Davis. This book was awful. I only read 30 pages of it. This was supposed to go towards my Care of Magical Creatures owl. I got to page 30 and I was like, I can't do this. I cannot damage another brain cell reading this garbage. This includes some of the worst stereotypical rich kid tropes ever. It includes an evil stepmother that wants to send the daughter away because she wants the husband all to herself, whatever. So she sends the girl off to a summer camp, and then there she meets other rich kids who parents don't want them, and it's just awful. Awful book. The moment that I get a chance, this is going in some type of donation bin, which I hope nobody buys this because it is garbage and it's out of my life forever. Fuck. Ugh. So I decided to take that off of my owls list and then change my Care of Magical Creatures to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by Newt Scamander, aka J.K. Rowling. I only read 7 pages of this, and then I put it on my couch, and then it got eaten by my couch, and then I totally forgot about it and didn't read any more of it. So I did not complete my Care of Magical Creatures owl, which is sad because the main direction that I was going to go with my owls was I was going to train myself to be a magical veterinarian of sorts. My main 3 that I was trying to go for was Charms, Care of Magical Creatures, and Herbology. Once I started Never Cry Werewolf, everything went to crap. The next book that I started was Ironside by Holly Black. This was to go to my Charms owl, and I got to 194 pages, which was not bad, but it was getting to the point where I was reading, and with April being as busy as it was with 3 derby games, one after the other for 3 weeks straight, that was kind of stressful. I didn't really have my Saturday days off to read like I wanted to. If I didn't have those derby games those weekends, I probably would have finished this, but alas, I didn't have those days. And I always get to that point where I let one bad book ruin my reading cycle. Like if I'm going through such a great reading spell and I'm reading a good book one after the other, and then I get to a crap book like Never Cry Werewolf, it just stops my reading like dead. Like I don't want to read anymore after reading something bad. And I need to stop that because I know that one bad book happens every once in a while, but I never want to go and try and get another good book to read. So I need to break that cycle. Apparently I didn't do it this time, but I want to do it soon. So I was getting to the point where I wasn't sure if I was going to finish Ironside, and I got to the second to last day and I was like, I'm not going to finish this, so I need to change gears immediately and go to something else that's smaller, maybe a manga, something that I know that I can read in a day's time so that I can at least pass the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. So I changed over to Sugar Sugar Rune by Moyoko Anno. I think that's how it's pronounced. This is for ancient runes since it has symbols on the cover. This is another book about witches. Apparently I really love books about witches. I basically started this on April 29th and finished it an hour and 30 minutes before midnight. Luckily, I finished this. With this, I have 3 owls under my belt, which means I passed my owls, which means I passed the 5th year. Again, if my schedule this month wasn't as hectic and I had all of my days off that I could have had for reading, I probably would have read at least another book, maybe finished Fantastic Beasts or something. April was not a great reading month. It was a great reading month for me because I read a lot more than I normally do, but in terms of time frame and busyness, it definitely was not. All in all, the entire month I read 874 pages, so I'm proud of myself. That's a lot more pages than I normally read in a normal month. I'm glad that I did pass the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon, and I'm glad that I participated. So that concludes the O.W.L.s Read-a-thon. Thank you guys for watching. This was definitely a lot of fun. I cannot wait to continue doing readathons because they were a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys have a very great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!